He's accused of shooting at people at a Broomfield restaurant on Saturday. Now there are questions about whether Kenneth Fairchild is responsible for other shootings in Denver over the last month. Broomfield police are working with a number of agencies to figure that out.
Yeah, as it stands, Fairchild is facing a number of charges, including attempted murder for shooting at a burrito place on Highway 287 over the weekend. But as Broomfield police tell our Jaleesa Irizarry, the cases in Broomfield and Denver do have some similarities.
No matter how much time is spent around the busy and fast downtown Denver, there are still some things that stop Lauren Trensky.
I've lived here 19 years.
And Larry Neely.
I started managing here in 2007.
In their tracks.
We're being shot at. We're targets. He was taking target practice at neighbors. Like, that's not okay.
On June 14th, Larry and Lauren were alerted of a window shot out on the 10th floor of the Beauvalon condos.
Later that night, we had a report that glass fell from one of the penthouse windows, which had been hit earlier in the day. And I called the police and I pretty much demanded that they send somebody to investigate. And that was the first incident.
Then July 4th came. And someone captured this video of a person that appears to be shooting at the Beauvalon. The person is standing next to a silver car with a blue decal on the side.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I live here and I have a balcony that faces that direction, and so it's unnerving. I mean, we're freaked out too.
Freaked out is how the employees at Just Burritos felt on Saturday in Broomfield. Police were called here for a shots fired incident. A bullet can be seen lodged into the window siding. According to court documents, a witness followed the suspect and Broomfield police arrested him in this car. A car some believe looks similar to the one seen in the Beauvalon condo shooting video. Broomfield police say they are aware of the similarities between the incidents and are collaborating with the other law enforcement agencies, including the Denver Police Department. Denver police refuse to say if they're investigating to see if they're related, but for those at the Beauvalon, they're convinced.
I mean, hopefully that Broomfield hopefully got him, and we're thankful, very thankful.
Now, prior to the shooting at the Broomfield restaurant, court documents say Fairchild allegedly threw a rock through the front window of someone's house. The homeowner confronted Fairchild and Fairchild told that person to stop monitoring them. During his arrest, he told police to look inside the restaurant as well as that house for equipment he believes is monitoring people. Tom?
So there's a lot to follow up on with just that part about this idea that Fairchild believes he's being monitored.
Exactly. There's a lot of details here that we're trying to work through, and honestly, we've been getting calls and messages from other people. So I think it's something that we all kind of need to collectively look through, but also Denver police still won't say if they are actually looking into this as a connection to their shootings, the incidents in Broomfield. So that's something we're hoping to confirm as well.
The similarity in that car certainly tells part of the story, but it'll be very interesting to follow up the link between Denver and Broomfield police. I know you'll stay on it. We'll have more on this coming up at 5 o'clock. Thanks, Jaleesa.
A sad update on the Denver police officer who was injured during the Nuggets championship parade last month. We learned today that Sergeant Justin Dodge had to have part of his leg amputated. He injured his leg when the fire truck carrying Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray hit him as he was trying to keep the crowd behind the barricades. He was pinned under that truck for several minutes. Steve Steger spoke to a friend of Dodge, and he has more on Dodge's recovery coming up on 9 News at 5.
The Cherry Creek School District says they fired a bus driver who also worked as an assistant. This after he was accused of sexually assaulting a child this year. The district says they fired Wayne Smith on February 2nd, immediately after allegations of his misconduct surfaced. They also notified Greenwood Village Police and worked with them during the investigation. Court documents show Smith was arrested this month, now faces a felony charge of sexual assault on an at-risk child, as well as 2 counts of tampering. The district informed parents last Friday about the arrest. Smith worked with Cherry Creek from January of 2019 until February of this year.
A homicide investigation is underway in Arapahoe County after the sheriff's office found a man's body along the Highline Canal Trail this morning. About 5:30, someone noticed the sheriff's office and called them about a man on the trail on South Quebec Street near East Iliff Avenue. The Arapahoe County Coroner's Office will release the victim's name at a later time. Family members still need to be notified. Anyone with information is asked to call Metro Denver Crime Stoppers, that number on your screen.
I guess it's not too surprising that in mid-July we would have temperatures up in the 90s. That's been the story the last few days, but beautiful blue skies, very calm weather out there, Kathy, considering all that heat.
I know, and that sound you hear is people exhaling, right? Because it's just been a crazy few weeks, but now maybe they're going, oh boy, you know, here it's getting hot again, and maybe we're not ready for that either. 93 degrees at DIA today, the warmest day of the season, but 97 degrees in downtown Denver. So that's going to be something for the evening drive for commuters, maybe seeing some cars off on the side of the road. It's been a long time since we've had heat like this, beautiful blue skies. I-70, no issues with travel or weather today. And current readings, we have 90 in Denver, 88 in Greeley, 94 in Lamar, 100 degrees this hour in Pueblo, and it's dry. You can note that the moisture levels are coming down, and where we're seeing the higher humidity values, that's where we'll see the greatest risk for thunderstorms this afternoon. Winds out of the northwest will shift southwest during the evening, continuing light as high pressure, our dominant feature, keeps the storm track to the north. Storms through Rapid City, Bismarck, Minneapolis, and Omaha. A little moisture coming into Colorado from the southwest. In Maine weather, we're going to talk much more about the record rainfall in New York, New Hampshire. Just a crazy rain event there in the last 48 hours. Meantime, we're seeing relatively dry weather across Colorado. A little thunder and lightning around Alamosa, Durango, and Telluride. Nothing severe today. And a few sprinkles with this heat might actually feel pretty good in southwestern Colorado. Storm Prediction Center has the severe weather threat outside our state's border for this evening, and very little in the way of cloud cover tonight. So sunny, warm, and dry, and then clear after sunset. Temperatures in the mid-90s, dropping 10 degrees by sunset. In Maine weather, hot, dry weather this week. Yep, no surprise there. And I'll talk about when our next chance for showers and thunderstorms will be. Plus, we'll look ahead to a cooler weekend. A lot of people excited about Taylor Swift coming to town on Friday and Saturday, so we need to give that outdoor weather forecast, of course.
Thanks, Kathy. The Spring Creek fire has been burning for more than 2 weeks, and firefighters now have half of it contained. So far, 3,300 acres near Parachute have burned. Hot, dry, and sometimes windy conditions have been fueling that fire. Firefighters have started using drones to set up controlled fires to burn up some of the fuel and detect hot spots as well. Today, you have another chance to weigh in on your rising electric bills. State regulators are asking Xcel to justify why it needs millions more in revenue on top of record profits. Xcel wanted to increase electric rates by $312 million. About $7,000 would be added, $7 added to your bill. Last month, Xcel made a deal with the state's Energy Office and consumer advocates for a much smaller increase, $48 million to $97 million in that range. Now they have to narrow that number down. Right now, Xcel is making its case to regulators in a public Zoom hearing that runs until 6, and the public can leave comments. We have a link with more information on our website, 9news.com.
Teenagers in the Denver area can utilize a new feature to catch a ride, with Uber now offering accounts specifically for teens. Uber says their goal with this new feature is to make it easier for everyone to access the app. Previously, teens were not allowed to order a ride without an adult in the car. Well, now with this new feature, parents or guardians will be able to create a family account and then create a teen account within the family group. The new safety features for the teen accounts are already built in and can't be turned off, and those include live trip tracking with updates throughout and automatic audio recording.
We have PIN verification, so whenever a teen orders a trip, they'll receive a unique code that they will then give to the driver before they get in the car. Once it matches, the driver can start the trip and they can be on their way. That's essentially just to make sure teens are getting into the right vehicle.
And Denver was one of the few cities selected for this new feature. It's available right now, just in time for the many events happening downtown this summer.
I heard something's coming up this weekend. Okay. Ski areas are seeing more people mountain biking in the summer months, and that's putting more importance on having a bike patrol team to help them stay safe. Here in Colorado, Winter Park has one of the biggest teams around. The bikes they use are very similar to sleds that ski patrol use in the winter. They come with one big tire to help get hurt bikers off the mountain. Patrollers check mountain trails first thing in the morning for anyone who's injured. It helps that they're all on the Winter Park ski patrol team as well, rolling down the mountain, helping people just like they do in the winter months.
We're working on the same mountain, so we know a lot of the features and a lot of the trails really well, and then it's super similar medical stuff, so similar injuries, definitely a little different in the summer, being able to cut yourself on dirt, but yeah, you have a good feeling for the mountain you're working for, and it all just kind of ties together really well.
Best if you don't meet them, but bike patrol teams have gotten really busy, so have the bike parks. They usually say this kind of starts out slow. It's like, the weather and everything, and then people start coming, and then they get more and more confident, and that's when they see more accidents.
Well, there's a live look at Empower Field, and you can see what's happening. The crew's setting up for the big weekend. Taylor Swift's Eras Tour hitting town Friday and Saturday. However, if you're one of those people who might be trying to score last-minute tickets, you certainly don't want to fall prey to scammers. And the Attorney General's office, as well as the Better Business Bureau, have some advice for any would-be concert goers. They say only buy from trusted vendors and be wary of anyone online claiming to have tickets at an amazing price. So do your research if you're buying a ticket off social media. They say use your credit card when purchasing online, since those cards usually offer extra protection for getting any money back if your tickets prove to be a scam. Don't buy a ticket right outside the stadium. There's no way to verify if it is in fact legit. And if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. An energy drink